Good morning. Welcome in Friday, July 15th for another safety focus of the week. This week's code of conduct is to maintain cleanliness and condition of our vehicles and our equipment. Is Ben on this morning? See him. So no words of wisdom from Mr. Dow on this topic. But again,
I think
right
Ben's
out here
on
got the
vacation today.
Oh, Ben is on vacation. Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Good to know. We got the vac and the pressure washer ready to go, especially this afternoon after a long, great week of weather, but also be good to wash it down and clean out all the coffee cups and cans and everything, all any sand that gets built in there, soil. So really try to focus in on cleaning the vehicles, and if anybody needs any spray, window cleaner, again, it's all available in the tool crib to maintain this code item of the week. So safety news, another 7 days without a recordable injury. We did have a pretty severe incident, but got pretty lucky. We're going to talk about that one in about 2 weeks. So we'll talk about that down the road. But this week, I really wanted to highlight our confined space program. Just a quick review on confined space. We've been starting to do a little bit more in the last couple weeks. So remember, a confined space is large enough for an employee to enter. It has limited means of entry or exit and is not designated for human occupancy. Normal for us is sewer structures, manholes, catch basins. For drainage work, a lot of it's utility work. Once in a while, we'll have to go inside our vac truck, and that's considered a confined space. So any of those situations, we need to really make sure that we identify these two main hazards for confined space. One is the physical hazards, such as falls or caught in between in those spaces. And the second one, and the most importantly one, is atmospheric. Some of these spaces can be extremely deadly, especially when it comes to oxygen deficiency. And again, oxygen deficiency is when the oxygen levels, the O2 in these spaces dip below 19.5. Can be very, very fatal, right around that 10, 11, 12% area. So we always want to make sure we test these spaces before we allow any entry into these spaces. Again, we're also concerned about carbon monoxide, that's CO2. LEL is a lower explosive limit, so that any kind of flammable gases that might be in there could cause an explosion. And then hydrogen sulfide. Again, our program is available on Teams. I'm going to quickly do a quick little tutorial just to show everybody how to access our program, to review it on the field if you need it. But I just want to quickly highlight everything is available outside the tool crib in the kind of whitish yellow Connex box. That's where our blowers, our retrieval systems come up to health and safety for your harnesses and your 4 gas meters. And then you can fill out our digital confined space form in Teams. I'll quickly kind of do a tutorial how to access that. So again, on your Foreman Supers channel, where you go to fill out your daily JHAs and your fuel logs. Again, they're all listed here, and down bottom here is the confined space permit. Just click on it, hit new submission. As you can see, we've been doing some lately. New submission, and it's pretty basic. Where is the confined space located? Is there any additional emergency contacts, such as like if when we're working for UVM, they want to make sure that they're notified and they have their own call number because they have their own first responders. The same thing with Global Foundries, doing any of those spaces. So it's a very easy form to fill out. You would also submit your air readings into this form. And the form itself kind of lets you know if it's a safe or unsafe to enter regarding those atmospheric hazards. There's specific ranges that we want to make sure that we always are staying within. And then the actual confined space program, again, if you're on the Foreman machines and you hit files and you hit library, you can see up here ECI confined space program. And this is overall our program. It's about 21 pages, but again, if you just need to revise and you want to re-educate yourself on more confined space, in-depth confined space rescue and any other additional scenarios that we might encounter, again, call health and safety. But again, this document is something that we can always go back to, revisit, and re-educate ourselves, any confined space work that we do. It's really all I had for this morning. I just wanted to kind of show that and make sure everybody knows that they have access to this program. We have a pretty robust confined space safety program when it comes to confined space, something that Stu developed a long time ago, about 2009, and we've just kind of built upon it from there. Anything to add, Ken?
Obviously, this is just a briefing on the program, and doesn't mean we're all ready to go out and and do a confined space entry. But one good thing to point out, which is more one of the details that you certainly highlight when you do the actual training, is that if your oxygen, even though your oxygen can go down to 19.5, right?
Yep.
That doesn't mean that there's no problem. It's actually a good indicator if your oxygen is off that there is a problem going on. So if you were at 19.6, you might be considered within the brackets that are acceptable, but that's a red flag right there.
Yeah, exactly. Again, ambient air is 20.9, and that's what we'd like to see all the time.
Right. So if it's not at that number, then that's just a huge red flag. So
yep. And again, the blower system, I can't stress it enough. It's such an important tool in your toolbox. Anytime you do confined space, make sure you always have a blower on site, and we're
right.
blowing fresh air into that space.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to take over. I'll grab the screen. All right, can you see my screen?
Yes, we got it.
Okay, so we'll start with the announcements here. First of all, there's a 401k education meetings, they like to call them, with our plan advisors. That's Morgan Stanley. And there's 2 days they're being held, the 26th, which is a Tuesday, and the 28th, a Thursday. There's 1/2 hour time slots available. So you need to sign up with Ursula in accounting, and there's her contact info, or you can just stop in or send her an email. New participants really need to sign up for the plan. If you don't, you're going to get like a bunch of default options for your plan. Existing participants, you don't have to, but it's a good opportunity to get caught up on some of the things. Certainly, there's obviously been a lot going on in the stock market and everything. So you should take advantage of that time to talk to them, and they'll get you, hopefully focused on what's important for your situation. So this is the last chance. We extended the fare ticket opportunity until this morning at noon. So if you don't get it, then it'll be too late because we got to place our order. New employees, we have Chris Verway. Welcome aboard, Chris. And maybe a potential future new employee here. We have congratulations to Ben and Tina Heath for their new baby. This is Henry Patrick Heath. He was born a couple nights ago on the 11th, and he's a 7-pound, 9-ounce little boy. So pretty exciting news from the Heath family. We'll have to get him an ECI hat. Here's our primary care wellness program link. Check it out if you aren't already. And also, as we reminded everybody last week or the week before, that you need a physical every year to stay in the program and to be focusing on that wellness aspect. So Matt, was someone going to notify people when they're out? Like, is Champlain Medical going to notify people? So watch for some notification by email or text or something.
They'll call.
Oh, okay, good.
They've been making phone calls, so
okay,
they're probably leaving messages for everybody. So please call them back.
Good
to schedule.
So for the weather outlook, we're continuing on some good summer weather here. Not too hot, not too cold. Actually, the next couple days looks like it's high of 70. That sounds almost perfect for being outside and getting stuff done. Maybe not for laying in the beach and going in the water, but
Perfect.
let's see now. So that this week's project of the week, I think that Brian, if he's on, are you on, Brian?
Yep, I'm right here.
Okay, are you going to take control of the screen?
I am. Thank you.
All right, good. Well, why don't you take over and then just continue on with the photo archive of the week, okay?
Okay, what do I got up?
Oh, so I have to release my screen, or did Matt do that?
Thought.
So Brian, yeah, we're looking at a different
Were
screen.
you
here.
looking at my bid to win?
Yeah. Just gotta change your
Okay.
click and drag your
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why that window never shows up when I want it.
When you click on the shared button, you'll see two different screens there. Just pick the one that you want.
Yeah, it's not showing me the screen I want though. That's the problem.
So yeah, we're looking at your email now.
Yep. Well, it won't bring up the one I want, so I guess.
Want me to take over, or are you
Yeah,
good?
you're gonna have to, Ken, because for
Yep,
some
okay.
reason it won't bring up nothing but my email. It's not showing me the screen that I have up, which is like,
Okay.
out of my email.
Let me find it now.
Sorry.
Nope, it's share Windows.
I won't.
Mine's not giving me a
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
good thumbnail here to pick. And I have a bunch of windows open as I always do.
I can try again.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got it here if you guys want me to share. Just let me know if you want me to take over, Brian.
Yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, here you go. Did we lose Brian?
Brian? Brian?
Yeah, we lost him.
Hmm.
Chopped off.
Yeah, it was right in his office, right?
Yep.
Maybe you hit the wrong button.
I'm sending him a request to join right now.
I got kicked off.
Oh,
When you took over, Matt, it knocked me right off the whole thing.
Can you see
Okay.
it now? Can you
Yeah,
see
I
now,
got
Brian?
it. Wow.
Just
what a
let me know
mess.
you want me to scroll down.
Okay, thanks, Matt. Good morning, everyone. Sorry about that. So ECI was contracted with Jay Morrissey to do 3 separate projects up to New England Federal Credit Union and on Harvest Lane. The big one, the first one was the drive-through, which was important that to the bank that we didn't cause disruption to the lanes and people needing to use the drive-through. That's super busy drive-through there. So Adam actually set this part of it up, and him and Randy attacked this thing on Father's Day, and we ended up taking over for Randy Randy worked through the night, getting the subgrade out and getting the new base in. And then we took over the next day and finished up what we could. And then Jim came in and paved. So we took advantage of that Juneteenth holiday to get that done. So it actually ended up really good. Took 3 different crews actually to do it and a lot of planning. So there's a little bit of teamwork there. The second one was the sewer line, which also they couldn't be without the service. So we had to do that one overnight too and make sure that we got from the building all the way to the main down in Harvest Lane and hooked in before they opened up the next day. And we did accomplish it. We ran into a couple of snags. We didn't have all the structure we needed, so we did set it up so it could run until we got the extra part. But that one consisted of the problem coming out of the building is they ran it from the building and then they dived it down really quick and then it went under this stormwater ditch line. And in the ditch line, it was really shallow and it ended up causing a sag in the line there. And they were getting the backup. They had to like clean it out like once a week to get the sewer to keep running right. So Ben Heath engineered a new system for him, which included a structure, put a structure in near the building, and then a drop inlet, which eliminated the need for the pipe to go really steep. And then we could run the pipe from the structure to the Harvest Lane main line at a 1/4 inch per foot like it should be. And hopefully that solves all their problems with that. And then we had the third one, which was the pavilion, which was near the front entrance. They had a large concrete pavilion where it was originally designed for them to showcase cars and campers or whatever people wanted to buy and get loans for, but they never ended up using it. So they decided to remove it and put a little garden area in, some green space and new sidewalk. So we went in and demoed that all out and installed the sidewalk and some light bollards, and landscapers came in and finished it off. Now, if you want to scroll down, we can look at the pictures. This here, I believe, was when we first started doing our investigation to figure out what was going on. I believe Adam was doing this last winter, so that we had an idea of what we were dealing with. Keep going, Matt. This was the drawings that Ben came up with for us. So we knew what to do when we got there and the structure of the order. And you can see on the lower one, the structure and how it showed the drop pipe coming down into the structure. And then us being able to put a nice 1/4 inch per foot slope pipe in to the main. Here the guys are uncovering the utilities and getting rid of the tree and everything so that when we got in that night, well, in the background is setting up a light tower, but we had to find a whole bunch of utilities over in the green belt on Harvest Lane so that we were ready to go that night. This is a better picture of it. Us getting the sewer line in underneath everything. You can keep going, Matt. Thanks. And this was just the other day as we were putting the sidewalk back in on Harvest Lane, doing some finish work, and we poured that curb and sidewalk monolithic. And here's the finished product with the new structure. We got grass growing already, and Jim did the patch out into Harvest Lane.
It kind of shows you how challenging it is working in that area when you're working in a detention pond.
Yeah, so the water there would never stop coming. So, you know, what we did was we dammed it up on one side, and then we bypass pumped around it so that we could actually have a dry hole. It worked out well. And this here is a picture of when we closed down the drive-through. Here's the pavilion area where after we demoed everything, and obviously we're prepping for the sidewalk and the sonotubes for the light bollards. You can see in the background, we put the fence up to protect the glass and for pedestrians to get into the bank. And there's the finished product in the pavilion area. Came out really nice. Everybody's really happy. Jim came in over here where you see the new pavement that used to look like a speed table, like a bump. And the pavers took that bump out when they came in and did a finished product. And it's really nice to drive over now. And there's the finished product of the drive-through. And that's it.
Very nice.
Came out really nice.
Yep.
The good thing about it is, it involves so many of us that the teamwork is really great. There was a lot of planning to go into that to get those 24-hour things done on time and without any hiccups and looking like fools. So, to everybody involved, great job and thank you very much.
Yeah, excellent job. So this archive photo is actually the other end of Harvest Lane. I didn't realize it until recently and I knew Harvest Lane went over by that new tire warehouse building there and up towards Home Depot, but it actually continues all the way back to Four Seasons. And this is the intersection we signalized back in 2003. And that's Father Allen in the middle there talking Neil Boyden. Neil was the public works director from the town of Wilson before Bruce Hort took over his position when Neil retired. And then Steve, the electrician in the cabinet, I can't remember Steve's name, but he was like a subcontractor to us at that time. So that's what I got for today. Thank you, Brian. Excellent job presenting. Cool job. And everybody have a good, safe day out there. If you have any questions on confined space, certainly check with the safety department.
Yep. Thanks, Ken. Let's have a safe day out there. You got any questions or concerns, contact Health and Safety.
And don't forget fare tickets. If you want fare tickets, your last chance.
There you go.
All right.
Let's be safe today.
Later.
Yep.